Alrighty everyone, how's it going? How you doing? It's me, Waifu Belector, and I want to use today's video to talk about a little game called The Finals. If you don't know, The Finals is an upcoming competitive first-person shooter published by Nexon, who has their hand in just about everything, from a ton of successful mobile games to Counter-Strike 2. And The Finals is being developed by Embark Studios. Now, from what I can tell, Embark Studios was founded by former DICE developers. Of course, DICE is responsible for the Battlefield franchise as well as the second iteration of the Star Wars Battlefront franchise. And so as you'd expect, these Embark Studios founders as well as others have a lot of experience in game development and specifically the shooter genre. Embark's founders maybe unsurprisingly even had some important roles back with EA and DICE, like Patrick Soderlund, who was the former CEO of EA and DICE, or Stefan Strandberg, who was a creative director on Battlefield 5 and the sole creative director on Battlefield 1. I'm saying all this to illustrate that these people have some idea of what they're doing. Not saying we have to like what they're doing or agree with it, but these aren't a bunch of first-time schmucks trying to make something work. But having said that, they are still a newly formed studio, and The Finals will be their first game altogether under this new banner. And while The Finals seemingly will be their first game to release, it's not Embark's only game being worked on. They're simultaneously working on another game called Arc Raiders, which is a PvPvE extraction shooter, not unlike Escape from Tarkov or Call of Duty's DMZ. And can I just say that with both Arc Raiders and Marathon from Bungie both on the way, the extraction shooter space is about to get really fucking crowded. But whatever, for now, let's just focus on The Finals. Because The Finals recently went into open beta if you didn't know. So right after this video, you can go ahead and play it if you haven't already. Well, technically you can do it before the end of this video, but why would you do that? Anyway, yeah, The Finals open beta is running from October 26th to November 5th, and I've already played quite a bit of it, so I just thought I'd jump on here and give my take on the game as it seems to be shaping up. Now, the overview of what I think of this game is that it's pretty good. I'm having fun. I definitely like it more than Ubisoft's XDefiant, and I like The Finals more than XDefiant on all fronts, but speaking from a presentation front, The Finals has a lot more life and personality to it, in my opinion. And I think it has more of a differentiable identity than XDefiant. Now, it's kind of funny that I think this game is so much more enjoyable than Ubisoft's XDefiant because The Finals feels like a mashup of a couple of other Ubisoft games to me. To me, The Finals feels like if Rainbow Six Siege and the now dead Battle Royale Hyperscape had a baby. If you had a chance to play Hyperscape before it went belly up, you'll know that that game was fast. People moved quick, the aiming required a bit more precision than other games, and you could even see all of your health disintegrated relatively quick compared to other battle royales. The Finals isn't quite as quick, but the kineticism of it leans heavily in that direction as opposed to others. But the Finals' main selling point in it advertising itself has been its destructible environments, a feature that along with some fun gadgets and equipment allow for the option of tactics and strategy very reminiscent of Rainbow Six Siege type setups or breaches. However, in Siege, engaging with these types of vertical all directions tactical stratagems is a requirement, whereas here in The Finals it's okay to mostly ignore it if your brain just isn't wired that way or if you can't be bothered. You'll still have a good time, you'll still see success, but you will be rewarded if you care to understand the physics and rules of the game on the strategical level and implement them. Whether that reward be quick escapes, easy ambushes, or some convoluted bullshit you could have never foreseen having to make happen, it feels satisfying to engage with the game to its full extent. But yeah, even the gunplay has this cross between tactile shooter style and fun first shooter style, a tightrope I think a lot of games have tried to walk, including Hyperscape, but I think The Finals is walking that line really well. I've been playing on PS5 on controller obviously, and I think that it feels like I actually have to try to aim game, I do have to make an effort, but it's not so aggressive that I feel strained or stressed after a match from just trying to land some fucking shots. The Finals also has a good assortment of ways to play with its weapons, equipment, and ability options. There are 3 classes or body types. There's small, medium, and heavy, and each class has its own abilities, health, and movement speed, as well as a separate assortment of weapons and gadgets. So you can easily shake things up, going from one match with medium health, a tactical rifle, and a zipline at your disposal, to then in the next match having a lot of health, a flamethrower, and some kind of dome shield. And it's not like every class only has one unique setup either. Each class has plenty of room for customization within them. So there's a lot of mixing and matching in a way that feels like if a battle royale lets you choose from all the loot at the beginning rather than you finding it randomly, albeit with some stipulations. Can't have people too OP. And I don't know if this was made clear, but this game isn't a battle royale. In fact, I'll just explain how it works. Currently in this open beta, there are 2 game modes. The first is called Quick Cache. In Quick Cache, there are 3 teams of 3, and a vault will appear around the map. The goal is to make it to a vault and take the vault to a cash out station where you deposit it. Now this is where the actual goal starts. The cash out station will start to load up and confirm your cash out, but while that's slowly happening, other teams can try to interact with the station and steal your cash out. Whichever team is in control of the station when it finishes gets that cash out. Each cash out is worth $10,000 and the first team to 20,000 wins. So the first team with 2 cash outs. The second game mode, which I think I like better, is called Bank It. In Bank It, there are 4 teams of 3 and vaults appear around the map that are worth varying amounts of money. But you can also get cash by killing opponents. If you kill an opponent, they drop all the cash they're currently carrying, or if they have none, you get $1,000. Now once you have cash, you have to take it to a bank and deposit it without getting killed and losing your cash along the way. And these deposits are much faster than depositing in the Quick Cache game mode. The trick is just not dying on your way there. And the banks have timers on them that when expired will see the bank disappear and relocate. Only 2 banks are ever active at a time, I think, and the first team to deposit $40,000 wins. Both modes I think are good, but as I said, I prefer Bank It. It's just the more frantic and frenetic of the 2 modes, although Quick Cache does have more opportunity for tactical play. Now, other than the game modes and gameplay and stuff we're actually here for, there's the stuff you might as well get in on while you're here. I'm of course talking about cosmetics. And here's the thing, in this beta we do get a great sense of what the cosmetics will be like, how they'll work, and just how generally customizable the game will be. But what we don't get a sense of is the monetization. Because nothing in this beta costs money. Because it's a beta, we're automatically given 10,000 of the premium currency to spend on a plethora of cosmetics. But there is no option to purchase the premium currency itself, so the pricing is all unknown, at least on PlayStation. Same goes for the stand-in battle pass that you just get for free. Although it's safe to assume that like most battle passes, this one will be around $10. The most expensive bundles in the store cost $1,600 of the premium currency, which makes me think $10 will probably get you around 900 of the premium currency, or $20 for 2,000. That way, if you buy the minimum amount for a 1,600 coin bundle, you have a little bit left over, but not enough to actually get anything to incentivize you to purchase more currency. That's typically how these things work anyway. But just for clarity, the prices aren't present in the beta. I'm just guessing at the premium currency prices. But yeah, the actual customization itself is surprisingly really good. Pretty much every aspect of your character's clothing can be changed and mixed and matched. You know, head, torso, hands, legs, feet. But then there's back blings, wrist accessories, body paints that include facial paints and tattoos, and badges. So there was definitely more than I thought there would be. And in this sampler, it already feels like there's a lot of cool, fun things to customize your character with. Of course, there are also weapon skins and decals. Just another layer of what I was not expecting to be this robust of customization. And I know I've already likened this game to a mashup of Hyperscape and Siege, but even aesthetically, it's kinda that. Walking the line between the realism the casual shooter fan wants pace while trying to add enough wacky futurism to stand apart, but also not drive all of the Call of Duty players away. Anyway, the ultimate point is that I think this is a good game. I think it's good enough to deserve to stick around, but in a climate where it's getting harder and harder for live service titles to emerge and stay prominent, I don't know if just being a good game is enough, you know? Left and right, games like Sega's Hyenas are getting canceled, games like XDefiant and even The Last of Us's multiplayer are getting put on ice. There's really no telling if the finals has what it takes, but for what it's worth, if you ask me, I think it's good. Whatever though, that's all I've really got to say. Just wanted to talk about this game for a sec. If you've played the finals, feel free to make your opinions known in the comments, or don't, you know, you're capable of making your own decisions for yourself. And if you haven't played the finals, the open beta is on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC until November 5th. So give it a try if you feel like it. And if for some reason you enjoyed this video, maybe give it a thumbs up or maybe subscribe. Even if you don't though, thanks for watching. Until next time, I am Waifu Belector. I am just a normal guy. I like hentai and I'm rooting for the finals. Goodbye.